Made in Dagenham, Blog 1. Question 1. What have you completed this week? If rehearsing, what scenes did you work on? During this week's session, me and Connor Revel spent 2 sessions working on our first scene together on Barbara's entrance. We worked on this scene with our tutor Kerry. What went well with the scenes? Today we looked at blocking the scene and certain mannerisms and ways of saying certain lines. What went well straight away was my accent and my attitude within my voice towards Harold. Kerry said that she thought attitude-wise and vocally I played the character really well. And me and Connor also worked really well together. We sort of bounce our comedy off each other, and so I believe that the flowing of the scene, the flowing of the lines, and the energy that we had together also went really well. What didn't go so well? Kerry said that I wandered around a lot in my scenes, and she said that as Barbara I need to stand my ground more. So I need to stop wandering here and there and wandering around the stage. She said that she's a strong woman, a strong character, so I need to stand my ground a lot more. What do you need to improve for next session? So again, practicing standing my ground. I do struggle a lot with standing still on stage. I have a tendency to want to wander off, wander into different directions when I'm saying my lines, especially as a lot of my lines are quite big chunks. So I need to practice doing my lines and doing my scenes while I'm standing my ground and not moving around all the time. So I need to improve on that. I also need to learn my lines. What songs and dances have you worked on? When I wasn't working with Kerry, we worked on Busy Woman. I'm not in Busy Woman as Barbara, I'm in Busy Woman as a working mother, so that's before I become Barbara Castle. We blocked it, we just sort of went over who was standing where and what we were doing, what props we were using. How are you developing your character? Physicality, vocals, characterisation. So vocals, as Barbara Castle, I have to do a Yorkshire accent. And so actually, because Barbara Castle is a real person, I have been looking on Google and YouTube at videos of her, at real footage of her in speeches and, doing conferences, etc. And I've been sort of copying the accent and asking other people, so my friends, my mum, the tutors, if they think that I've got the accent right. So that's how I've been developing my vocals. Physicality, again, looking at pictures of Barbara and how she would stand, using the gestures that she would use. Also getting feedback off my tutors. So I did a lot of folding my arms to try and show attitude, but my tutors said that can make me look quite, into myself and not as strong. So I have been making sure that I don't fold my arms as much, just so that I don't seem like I'm not a strong character. So putting my hands on my hips I found works really well as well. And characterisation, I've been exploring characterisation by reading through my lines and through Harold's lines and working out the relationship between them. So from what I have interpreted myself is that Harold is quite ditzy, quite, thick, and that Barbara is very strong and very clever, and she doesn't like Harold. She thinks he's an idiot. So I do a lot of eye rolling, to try and show the audience that I'm my own woman. And also, Barbara Castle did fight for equal pay in real life. So this feminist approach, I make sure that whenever I'm interacting with men on stage, I'm sort of standing my ground as if I'm marking my territory. But again, reading about Barbara helps me develop my characterizations. So I've looked on Wikipedia or Google, looked at different autobiographies and biographies, just looking at who she was as a person and trying to develop my characterization from who she was in real life.